Hey, what's up YouTube? It's IazRXD here, and today I will be bringing you my long-awaited Blue Eyes White Dragon pre-movie pack deck profile. The movie pack came out officially in the UK yesterday, and I managed to acquire all the cards I need to revamp this deck. But before I do revamp it, I just kind of wanted to show you guys what I run and why I run it. So without any further ado, we'll get cracking. So because it's a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, you want to run 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now I was running 2 standard forms of Blue Eyes. I mean, not the original, just a standard form from I think the Duelist Pack Battle City. But then when I got these yesterday, I just substituted them in because the artwork looks so much better. Next up we have 3 Dragon Spirit of White. This card is treated as a normal monster while in your hand or the graveyard, and when it's normal or special summoned, you can banish one of your opponent's spell or trap cards. So it's beneficial against decks which are back row heavy, or pendulums, or anything like that really. Next we're going to be playing 3 Maidens with Eyes of Blue. There are many cards in this deck which can target Maiden, so you get your 3 Blue Eyes. And yeah, it's a level 1 light tuner, so it's pretty easy to go into your synchro plays with Spirit Dragon or Azure Eyes or whatever you fancy going into. Next up, we're running 3 Sage with Eyes of Blue. You discard Sage from your hand and target 1 monster on the field, sorry, effect monster, and then you destroy it and you special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck. And that's where it comes in well with Maiden, because by targeting Maiden and then by resolving Sage's ability, you've effectively got 2 Blue Eyes monsters out onto the field, which makes some rank 8 plays a bit easier. Then we have the 2 Master with Eyes of Blue. This just simply recycles Sage or Maiden when it's normal summoned, and obviously you can shuffle it back into your deck and special summon a Blue Eyes from the graveyard. Sorry about that, my mind went a little bit blank. So sticking with the theme of tuners still, we've been running 3 Whitestone of Ancients. This card is great. Simply Dragon Shrine, ditch your Blue Eyes, ditch this. At the end phase, you can special summon another Blue Eyes monster from your deck with its ability. You can then banish it the next turn to return a Blue Eyes monster from your graveyard to your hand. And obviously with it being a tuner, you can also just normal summon and synchro that very same turn to get the same effect. So the last 3 monsters are 2 Honest and a Red Eyes Dauntless Metal Dragon. These are in just by choice, because there are several times when I'm playing casually with friends that they just slap out a monster with higher attack than Blue Eyes. So that's where Honest comes in, and this is just used to recycle your Blue Eyes and special summon them from your hand or graveyard if need be. You don't have to play these 3, because there are better alternatives, or there are similar alternatives, but that's what I play. Onto the spell card lineup, we've got 3 Trading. Obviously we have 6 targets for this, so you can never not use it. Then we have 3 Silver's Cry. This will special summon your Blue Eyes White Dragon or your Dragon Spirit of White from the graveyard. And if you go for Dragon Spirit of White, you then get its ability to banish one of your opponent's spell or traps. Then we have 2 Return of the Dragon Lords. I want to run 3 and then cut Silver's Cry down to 2, but I've just not been able to acquire a 3rd copy of this yet. So that's something to do at a later date. Just a quick run through this. You can use it to special summon a level 7 or level 8 dragon from your graveyard. And unlike Silver's Cry, it's not limited to just normal monsters. So you can actually bring back a Crystal Wing or a Black Rose or anything like that. Any level 7 or 8, basically. Then we're running 3 Mausoleum of Whites. You can also use this to target your Maiden by sending a Blue Eyes White Dragon to the graveyard. And then you get a special summon of another Blue Eyes White Dragon. But also, and I'm not actually doing it in this deck, you can also banish this card from a graveyard to add a burst stream of destruction from your deck to your hand. Then we're playing 3 Dragon Shrine. This is, well, it's needed in this deck, if I'm being honest. Basically, you just want to stack your graveyard with Blue Eyes and Blue Eyes monsters as quickly as possible. And by playing Shrine, you can send a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and because it's a normal monster, you can then send the Stone, and then you'll get Stone's effect on the end phase of that turn. 1 Raigeki. Everybody knows what Raigeki does. It's actually needed in this deck if you want to OTK. We have a Soul Charge, and that's where stacking your graveyard comes in. And then just by paying 5,000, you can effectively special summon 5 Blue Eyes monsters. The 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. And then finally we have 3 Quaking Mirror Force. Because of the high attack of Blue Eyes, your opponent is not always going to be able to attack over Blue Eyes, which means I've gone for Quaking as opposed to Drowning Mirror Force. I would like to probably substitute 1, possibly 2 Quakings out for Solemn Strike, just so it's, you know, the deck's a bit more consistent. But yeah, that's basically it. So moving on to the side deck, we're running 2 Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragons. Now that Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon has come out, it's a hell of a lot easier to make this guy, as well as the new Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. But as I said, this is a pre-movie pack deck build, so yeah, just for 2. And to be honest, I never really use more than 1 in a duel, unless I get really lucky. But duels don't normally last that long anyway, if I'm really trying to beat my opponent down. Then we have 3 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragons. You cannot build a Blue Eyes deck and not have at least 3 copies of this, because seriously, it's just so good. It temporarily stops pendulum summons, or it sort of weakens them a little bit, but its ability to then tribute itself and special summon a light synchro monster from your extra deck, that is what you really need. Because with that ability you can then bring out 1 of 2 Azor Eyes, and if you play Spirit Dragon's ability on your opponent's end phase to bring this guy out, you can then get a free special summon from the graveyard during your standby phase. Alternatively, you could use Spirit Dragon to bring out either Black Rose Moonlight or Ancient Fairy Dragon. Ancient Fairy Dragon, you pop your own field spell, gain 1,000 life points and search another copy of it. Or Black Rose Moonlight Dragon will bounce 1 of your opponent's special summon monsters back to their hand or extra deck. If you are going to go for one of these 2, it's pretty optimal that you wait until your turn, because literally as soon as you use it, as soon as you use Spirit Dragon's ability, the monster it brings out is destroyed during the end phase of the turn it was brought out. However, Azor Eyes would cancel the ability out, so it's probably best to use its ability to bring these 2 out on your turn. And from your level 7 light synchros, just the 1 Crystal Wing. Crystal Wing is by far the most amazing card in this deck, or at least that's my personal opinion. It's closely followed by Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, but Crystal Wing is something I always want to make in a duel no matter what. So that's the synchro lineup, and we're finally onto the Xyz monsters. We have number 46 Dregalon. This, I never really make it, but it's in there if I need it. Number 23 Lancelot. This is an amazing card. It can attack directly, and if it attacks directly and inflicts battle damage to your opponent, then you can just pop 1 of their monsters straight away. And then let's not forget the fact that once per turn you can negate a spell, trap or monster effect just by detaching 1 material. Number 38, Hope Harbinger. This card is, I'm going to go as far as saying staple in this Blue Eyes deck, just because it can negate spells and obviously change the attack target to itself if need be. We have number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon. I only use this guy. I don't normally attack with this guy. I just normally use him to bring out number 95 Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter, because I like Dark Matter better. So this is just a sort of stepping stone. I never really attack with him. But yeah. Alright guys, so that's the deck profile for you. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned. In the next week or so, I will be bringing you an updated Blue Eyes White Dragon deck using the cards from the movie pack. And as always, let me know what you guys would like to see in the future. I know I haven't been very active lately because it is kind of hard to bring you guys new content. And it's actually hard to come up with ideas of that content that you want to see. And to be honest, it's quite hard getting the funds to buy stuff to do videos for you guys. So I think at the minute I'm just going to stick to a few deck profiles, and maybe every week just bring you an updated Blue Eyes deck profile or Pendulum deck profile or something I've been working on, just to kind of, you know, keep you guys in the loop. But anyway, this is iAzraXD signing off, and I'll see you guys next week.